Thanks to the Taxothea team for getting me here at GST Camp 2017, and we had quite an involved and informative panel discussion. Some of the key points which I would want to reiterate would be that GST obviously seems quite likely that we'll have it on 1st of July, in spite of all the reservations, apprehensions, or the challenges that we foresee. And another thing which is quite clear is that reform will come with its own set of disruptions. Particularly on the technology side, there are going to be huge compliance costs associated with the businesses, and migrating from the present regime to GST regime is going to be a challenge in terms of the way the long-term contracts are being structured, and the discussions need to be undertaken with the stakeholders in terms of how the liabilities would devolve upon each of those stakeholders. Another big challenge is in terms of rates. So there have been some disruptions and there have been some challenges in terms of how the rates have panned out. Even though the government has, by and large, tried to be revenue neutral, but particularly on the services sector and coming to the works contracts or the construction services, it's there is an apprehension that it may lead to some sort of a cascading because works contract services, the credits are quite restricted when we talk of B2B kind of a scenario. Construction services, there is a big apprehension in terms of the value of land being included in the tax base, and therefore it's expected that the real estate prices may go up because the value of land may get taxed twice, once in the form of GST and again by way of stamp duty, which is outside GST. So one point which everybody agreed upon was that this requires a lot of effort on part of everybody, whether it's a business or whether it's the government or whether it's the people who are helping businesses to migrate, to ensure that the 1st July deadline is being met. And just to summarize, my sense is that you may need to do 10 things to have a seamless migration to GST. But what you need to do, considering the short span of time which is left now, is that you need to segregate those activities into must-haves and should-haves. And businesses need to focus on must-haves and need to do those critical things by 1st of July to ensure that their first invoice is GST compliant on July 1. And at the same time, those should-have things can be continued to be worked upon, and those good-to-have things can yield results when you talk of the first compliances and the first set of returns which would become due on 10th of August. At the end, I would want to say that this is going to be a disruptive reform in terms of how it's going to impact the way businesses are being carried out, and a collective preparedness is what is needed, and it is going to be some sort of a challenge in terms of how we fine-tune ourselves or gear ourselves to the impending needs of GST. But in general, we also believe that this is going to be something which will take some time to settle in. So one expects government to go soft on compliances in the shorter period. So therefore, the general sense is that within next 3 to 6 months, we may have a situation where businesses are pretty comfortable with the GST. The lawmakers would be settled in terms of what they want out of GST, and the consumers would obviously not bear the brunt that has been obviously taken care of by the government.